the people. Fire killer cops. Who controls the city? Who controls the block? Power to the people. Fire killer cops. Who controls the city? Who controls the block?
Here in front of City Hall.
Yeah.
What's going on?
We are part of the Frashour campaign. We are down here. We have 3 major demands. Our first demand is that we're asking Sam Adams, the police commissioner, and to fire all of the killer cops. We're asking him to fire all the police officers that have killed someone past or this year. We are also demanding that they keep the contract negotiations open. Right now, the police association has filed a grievance with the labor board, and so they're basically trying to keep the contracts closed. And we feel like, as public servants that our tax dollars pay for, that we should be able to be in those contract negotiations. Specifically, why we feel that is because there's a clause in the police contract called Mandatory Arbitration. And what this clause does is makes it so that if someone like Sam Adams or a police chief tries to hold a police officer accountable and fire them, the police officer can go through this process and in most cases gets reinstated onto the force. And so it's a loophole in which we can't actually keep police officers accountable. And we feel like that's really a problem. We feel like at this point the police officers in our city don't feel like there's anything on the line if they use deadly force, if they use excessive force, if they taser people, if they beanbag people. They're going to maybe get a slap on the wrist. And we feel like that's not okay because people are dying, people's lives are being affected every day by the police, by their excessive use of force, by the racial profiling. If you look at what happened to Keaton Otis, he was profiled as a gang member because he was black, because he had a hoodie on. So how many times does that happen every single day in our city? And there's no way right now for the community to really hold the police accountable except for coming out. And so that's why we're here, is to say we're concerned community members. We want something to happen now. We appreciate the long-term kind of legislative ideas that are out there that people are trying to push, but we feel like accountability needs to happen now. And it needs to come from the community, and the community needs to be able to hold the people that are supposedly keeping us safe accountable for their actions. So we're out here today demanding those demands and letting people in the community know that this campaign is going to continue. And if they're interested, that they can contact us. We have an email. It's called firefrashour@gmail.com. Yeah, it's fire, F-I-R-E, and Frashour is F-R-A-S-H-O-U-R @gmail.com. And we have a phone number, but I don't have it on me right now.
And so if they were to contact you, as if they're interested, want a little more information, want to be involved somehow?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And if they want, we're also willing to work with people. For the last month, we've been actually doing flyering in people's neighborhoods, in Northeast, in Lloyd Center area. So if they want to have a flyering on a street corner in their neighborhood, we'd love to come down, give them flyers, pass them off signs, talk to them about how to organize it. We're asking folks to write the Oregonian calling for Sam Adams and the police to fire these killer cops now. And we're also asking people to call Sam Adams and tell him that he needs to do his job. He needs to fire these police officers. He needs to start actually addressing some of the things that he said. He said that he knows that people in the city are more afraid right now of the police than they are of crime. And that's a problem. It's a problem that is not new, right? It's a problem that has existed with the police for so long time, and we just feel like it's time that things changed.
Mm-hmm. What did Frashour do?
What did Frashour do?
Yeah.
Frashour was the officer who actually shot Aaron Campbell.
Aaron Campbell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we are, the 3 specific officers that we're talking about is Ronald Frashour, who shot and killed Aaron Campbell. Officers Walters, who shot and killed Jackie Collins, and Chris Humphreys, who beanbagged a 12-year-old girl and then was a part of the murder of James Chastity. So those are the 3 main people, but we're also now with the shooting of Keaton Otis, and we also know that folks in the past, Kendra James killer, James Jahar Perez's killer, our understanding is that they're still in the force, and that's not okay. They need to be off the force. Those people do not need to be police officers anymore. If any of us were at our job and you tasered someone, used excessive force, killed someone, went out of line of what our job is, we would be fired immediately. So why haven't they been fired immediately? It doesn't make sense.
Good points. And the last point I just want to clarify is you're asking for the contracts, the close. Is that the union?
Well, it's a police association. We want to make clear that people understand that unions represent working people, and the police repress working people. And so while they are an association, we feel like that their contract is something that should be looked at by who they serve. We feel like that they're different than a labor union of hotel workers or nurses because of the function that the police play in society.
In our community.
And in our communities. And so that's why, I mean, they call themselves an association, that's why we are seeing them as an association. And so yeah, they're basically, the city would like to keep the contract negotiations open. Historically, the contract negotiations has always been closed, but because of what's happening, you know, there's this moment in which the city is realizing that maybe that doesn't make sense, and we agree with them. And so the police association is saying, no, we want to keep them closed. Well, why do they want to keep them closed, right? It's the first question. Because they're doing unaccountable things, and they don't want people in the city to know. And we think that people in the city should know. These are the people who, you know, go around, they have guns, they have tasers, and they basically have the legal right to use them on anyone for any reason at this point. And that's not safe for anyone. And so we should know what's in their contract around that. So that's why we're asking for them to be kept open.
Okay, good. Thanks for being out here.
Do your fucking job! Adams, Orizo, the power is in the people! Action, not talk! Do your fucking job!
Closed door!
Contract!
Closed door!
Contract!
When I say stand up, you say fight back! Stand up!
Fight back!
Stand up!
Fight back!
When I say closed door, you say contract! Closed door!
Contract!
Closed door!
Contract!
When I say stand up, you say fight back! Stand up!
Fight back!
Stand up!
Fight back!
When they say police, we see violence! Police!
Violence!
Police!
Violence!
When they say lay down, we say throw down! Lay down!
Throw down!
Lay down!
Throw down!
When they say closed door, we say contract! Closed door!
Contract!
Closed door!
Contract!
When they say stand up, we say fight back! Stand up!
Fight back!
Stand up!
Fight back!
When they say police, we see violence! Police!
Violence!
Police!
Violence!
When they say lay down, we say throw down! Lay down!
Throw down!
Lay down!
Throw down!
When I say closed door, you say contract! Closed door!
Contract!
Closed door!
Contract!
When I say stand up, you say fight back! Stand up!
Fight back!
Stand up!
Fight back!
When they say police, we see violence! Police!
Violence!
Police!
Violence!
When they say lay down, we see throw down! Lay down!
Throw down!
Lay down!
Throw down!
When I say closed door, you say contract! Closed door!
Contract!
Closed door!
Contract!
When they say stand up, we say fight back! Stand up!
Fight back!
Stand up!
Fight back!
When they say police, we see violence! Police!
Violence!
Police!
Violence!
When they say lay down, we say throw down!
Start the speakers portion of our session.
Richard.
Thanks everybody for coming out today. We're all here because we are outraged that the Portland police continues to kill people and not be held accountable.
Fuck the police! Fuck them!
So we have some speakers lined up that are going to talk. We're going to have some space for anyone that's out here today with us to come and talk about any experiences they've had with the police, their thoughts on what's going on, any words they want to tell Sam Adams about the fact that he hasn't fired any of these police officers and they're still in the police force every single day, even though all of them have now murdered citizens of our town. So our first speaker is going to be Chris Agenda.
So I want to talk to you all real quick about the PPA, or the Portland Police Association. They're due to begin contract negotiations with the city, and they've been trying real hard to keep them behind closed doors. They've been trying so hard that they even offered to host the contract negotiations in closed doors at the Hilton on the PPA's dime. Those of you who are probably familiar with the PPA for their recent support of Officer Christopher Humphreys.